Hello again, vinyl community. This is Matt, and actually, this is not a vinyl video. Sorry. Um, I've had this box of cassettes now for nearly 2 months, and had intended to make a video, just never got around to it. But today's the day. So, I need to do a little bit of cleaning up. I have a just like a CD rack. It's like a media storage thing. It's a cheap, like $30 thing that's being delivered today. I'm hoping that I'll be able to move most all of my CDs out from underneath the coffee table where they are now, and actually display them and organize them a little bit better, make them easier to get to. But so in the meantime, I was kind of just cleaning up around the coffee table here, and found this box behind the coffee table that I kind of forgotten about. So a lot of you guys probably know that I'm pretty into cassettes. I grew up with them. I grew up with vinyl too, but I then later, um, well, either progressed or regressed, depending which way you look at it, from vinyl to cassette. It made sense at the time. As a kid, I thought, well, cassettes are so cool. They don't scratch. You don't get the pops and the crackles. And of course, we all know, and as I later found out, much later, um, it's a trade-off. There's pros and cons. That's true, but cassettes have a lower, in some cases, much lower frequency response than vinyl. So the audio quality is not as good, but they can sound pretty damn good. But anyway, I'm digressing. So what I thought would be kind of fun to do is to go through this box. Um, this was an eBay lot that I bought. Whole bunch of tapes in here, and I'm accumulating lots of different kind of blank cassettes. These are all used, I think, but I kind of like that because it's fun. I like looking through cassettes from throughout the years. It's fun to find a cassette from 30 years ago, to see the design of it. I know it's a quirky thing, I guess, but I also like to see, or in this case, listen to what's on the cassettes. It's kind of fun to hear what people recorded. So let's start off, and we're gonna listen to some of them. We'll put some of them on the tape deck back here. So this one I think is just going straight in the garbage. But anyway, liquidate your way to a fortune. This is obviously some kind of money-making scheme. And it says tape too, so I guess there was another tape to this at some time or another. And interestingly, this might be chrome tape. It's really dark if it's not. I'm assuming this is just somebody talking, but what the heck? Let's just put it on for a few seconds. But I need to just reel this in a bit because the tape's really loose in here, and I don't want it unspooling. So, okay, let's have a real quick listen. Again, I'm assuming it's just somebody talking, but
Mitch Class, one of the founders of this exciting money-making business, and the president of the Association of Certified Liquidators. Mitch, you've put a lot of people in business with your program.
Hang on, let's see what Mitch has to say.
I know I'm extremely excited about the profit potential of this opportunity.
Me too.
But how often can I find deals?
Well, you can find deals very frequently, and surely...
All right. Thanks, Mitch. So that one's that's going in the trash. Okay, this is really cool. Okay, so this is a TDK SAX 90. Now I probably won't be keeping this, unfortunately, because it's completely trash. Like the label's all trash. But there's a couple of interesting things in here. This apparently is the Top 40 from Hell, Volume 4. And let's see, it's got the Pixies on here, Faith No More. Oh, the Wonder Stuff. That's interesting. Pop Will Eat Itself. Okay. It's sort of interesting. Pop Will Eat Itself and the Wonder Stuff. I don't know how big they were in the US. It has Nine Inch Nails on here too. So it almost makes me wonder if this was somebody maybe from the UK who had this tape. The other interesting thing is that it has a label on here for something called Rock One Management in Hollywood. I don't know if that still exists. Just in case it's somebody's personal address. I don't think it is because it has a suite number, but just in case, I'm not really gonna show it. But yeah, so this apparently has, assuming this cassette belongs with this case, which, you know, that doesn't always happen. This should have some interesting stuff on it. So let's wind it forward just for a second and hit play. Let's see what we got. Well, the first thing, there's two things that I noticed right away. The first is that the audio quality is actually pretty decent, which doesn't surprise me. This is a Type 2 Chrome cassette. But also the recording level seems a little on the low side to me. Like I'm gonna have to turn it up to get a decent volume out of it. Like but that's cool. I mean, it sounded good in terms of the sound quality. I have to be absolutely honest with you, and this may be, this is probably almost blasphemous to some people, but I really don't know Nine Inch Nails. I mean, I know of them, but I couldn't name one song of theirs. But apparently, side A, the first song on side A is Nine Inch Nails Sanctified, I guess it's what it's saying. So that's my assumption that that's what that track was. But somebody can tell me. But yeah, so that was the top 40 from Hell, and at the top I just noticed it says another Super Dave custom mix from Hell. So that's kind of neat, you know. Because the label's all jacked up, I don't know if I'll be keeping it, but you know, this is a great way as well to discover music that you might not otherwise listen to, that you might not even think about. I find that as well with like the radio, but not so much like FM stations, because that's all modern chart crap for the most part. But like Sirius XM radio, they have like the 70s channel and the Loft and Yacht Rock channel and Vinyl Rewind and various other channels. So you know, it's kind of fun to put something on that you haven't heard of, or where at least you don't know quite a lot of the tracks. Like I don't know most of the tracks on this one. So yeah. I said I wasn't going to keep it, but that's not necessarily true. I think I might keep this to have a further listen to. Next up, I don't know what this is. This is in just a generic case. Well, it could be anything. So it's on a Memorex MRX1 tape. This is just a Type 1 cassette. All I have to go on is that this is apparently good music. Now, one person's good may not be another person's good, of course, but let's see what's on here. Let's check it out. Well, geez. Like I said, one person's good music may not be another's, and that sounded absolutely atrocious. The tape actually feels a little stiff. Like if I'm trying to do this, it's just not very, it's not giving very easily. And yeah, that may be borne out by that, because that had all sorts of like wow and flutter. You could hear it was like the pitch was all over the place with it. And the sound quality was terrible too. So, that's not going to be a long-term keep. It might be a short-term keep because, and I've said this, I've been saying this for months, I do have plans to make a video about all these tapes. This is not the video, but it's a video that's going to require me to have quite a few different varieties of them. So I might keep hold of that for the time being. Just, you know, put it aside as being one that I'm definitely not going to keep, but yeah. Let's see. All right. This is just it's a TDKD60. It apparently has Leanne Rimes' Blue album on here. I'm not a big Leanne Rimes fan. I don't think I have anything. Well, that's not true. I have one or two of her songs on compilation albums, on the Now That's Like Her Music albums, but I don't have any of her albums or singles or anything. It's still worth a quick listen just to see what the sound quality is like, just to see if it actually does have what it says it has on it. Yeah, that sounded like Leanne. Okay, well, so that's Leanne Rimes. See, like this one, I'll probably keep the tape because it's a decent quality cassette. I can record over it. I mean, okay, it's a Type 1, but it's, you know, it's TDK. And the labels will come off easily, or I can put a label over the top of it. Next up, this is a no-name brand tape, which honestly almost certainly means it's going to sound like complete garbage. I'm not even sure if I'm going to play this. There it is. On the back it says it has Patti Page on it. I'm curious to know what this side had. Maybe I should just play it. The pad's not looking too great in here, but let's see. Out of Morbid Cure. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's and the plastic tab in here is kind of broken as well, so I'm not even going to try playing that. Next up is a Fuji Type 1 tape. It says, it looks like it says Reverend Robert Schuller, February 5th, 1995. So this presumably was probably recorded at a church. The Reverend Robert Schuller apparently was doing a sermon. I don't know what's on this side though, so let you know what the heck. Let's check it out.
And then you'll discover your real role, which is to be a channel of His love in a lonely, alienated world.
Okay, so I don't know if that's Robert Schuller, but that it definitely sounded like a sermon. But this is a tape that I'll keep. You know, no offense to Mr. Schuller, but I doubt that I will be keeping his sermon. You know, it seems a shame though, because you know the great thing about tapes is that, and records as well, but tapes are more accessible for the masses. Sorry, you might hear Sophie squawking in the background. She's in her swing, but anyway, the great thing about cassettes is that it's captured a moment in time. You know, it's captured however long the sermon lasted. Let's say 30 minutes. I don't know. It's captured this guy, this Reverend Robert Schuller from 22 years ago, and maybe his voice hasn't been recorded anywhere else. I don't know, and so it gives you pause. You think, geez, should I? You know, and presumably, of course, whoever this belonged to, which it might have been Mr. Schuller himself, could have been a church, they discarded this at some point. They didn't want it, so you kind of think, okay, well, if they didn't want it, why should I keep it? But yeah, you know, I do, when it has somebody's voice on it, I kind of think, oh, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, this will be a keep either way. Yeah. Next up, we have a really awesome TDK D120 tape, Type 1, but I love these TDKs. The TDKs from the early to mid 80s were just wonderful tapes, even the Type 1s. This apparently has the soundtrack to The Moderns. This is The Moderns movie soundtrack, and it has the Klaus Ogerman Orchestra, Gate of Dreams. Klaus, German, I guess, maybe? I don't know. Let's see what this is. The sound quality is actually not bad at all. And let's flip it over to this Moderns soundtrack. Oh, okay. Oh wait, here we go. Okay. Yeah. You might notice that I'm having to take the tape out each time to flip it over. This deck does have auto reverse, but I don't like to use it. The more often you use it, the more likely you are to get some azimuth, some alignment issues with the head, and so I just prefer not to use it. Let's see what else we have. Now, let's see, this one's a complete mystery, but I don't know how well it's going to play because it's really not at all very loose. Like, I'm having to really work with this to, like, it feels really stiff. This is on some brand named Sentry. Don't know anything about it, doesn't have any other labels on. I'm guessing that this is not going to play, but I can't even move this. Let's see what happens.
Go away. These are the things it takes to make a happy Christmas day.
Oh, it's very festive. Okay, so that's got Christmas music on it. It actually did play, as you could tell, so I guess, you know, this is not going to be a tape that I would keep to record over by any means. But, yeah. Next up, this is the Ampex brand. This must be from the 80s by the looks of it. It's hard to make out. Oh, you see, look, this is what I'm talking about. You can't get rid of this. This on the front of it says, Happy Birthday Grandma, 1979. Now, okay, Happy Birthday Grandma could be some pop song that I'm not aware of. I mean, there was a notorious British song that went to #1 called There's No One Quite Like Grandma in 1982, I want to say, something like that. But I'm assuming that it's nothing like that. This is probably somebody's personal recording of, you know, their grandmother or something. And I think, why would you get rid of this? Maybe they digitized it. I mean, that's always possible, right? That they've that they did that. Give me 1 second. I got a baby that's needing some attention. Hang on, we can be right back. All right, sorry about that. Sophie needed a pacifier. Got a blanket on her. We got her swing going at a higher speeds. I'm trying to get her to go to sleep. Honestly, my idea was to take her out here and play some music, and then she quite often nods off to the music. She likes it, but I got distracted and sidetracked by the cassette here. So let's have a listen to Happy Birthday Grandma 1979. I'm really genuinely intrigued by this. Oh, that's, I know the song, it's a hymn, I think. Let's wind it forward a bit. Maybe that was somebody personally playing the piano. This is like part of the build-up to Grandma's celebration. I don't know, let's see. Oh wait, still playing the piano. So we're going to bring it forward a bit. Oh jeez. This could be a big letdown. This might be one long piano recital. Okay, but this is definitely like a personal tape because you can hear like kids in the background like squawking away. Good grief. This tape isn't winding forward very quickly. It was kind of stiff though. Yeah. Well, let's try side B in case there's anything on it. Nope. Ah, that's disappointing. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna wind this forward a little bit on the other deck here, which has a much quicker fast forward, so we'll be able to get through it more easily. But yeah, I think this sounds like it's just all piano stuff. So, well, that's fast forwarding. Let's take a look at the next one. This is a bass tape, LHE I90 Type 1. Don't know what's on side B. Side A, though, it says Mike, Sandy. and then I can't make out the rest of it. Let's check back in with Grandma real quick. All right, okay, so we get the idea. That's that's all piano stuff. Well, that's disappointing, but you know, what are you gonna do? So yeah, I don't know what this is. Mike Sandy. This looks like it says like Jimmy or Jenny, something something. So I don't know. This could be a personal tape. I don't know. Let's check it out. No, nothing so far. Let's rewind it a little bit. And while that's winding, what do we have here? Hey, the Cowboy Ministries Outreach Center from Crockett, Texas. Well, there you go. So this kind of a funny thing, you know. We started off with the top 40, the mixtape from hell, and now we've got all this religious stuff. Just a little bit of a mixed boxer. I'm getting mixed messages. Let's see if there's anything on this one. Still nothing. No. Let's try side B. No. So that this tape may just be blank. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't rewind it enough. Let's wind it back some more. What the heck? The Cowboy Ministries Outreach Center. I don't know what this is. This is the work of God, that you believe in Him, whom He sent, which apparently is from John 6:29, NKJ. I assume that's the New King James Bible. What the heck? Let's.
Before the awards banquet, and we're just going to get into the Word of God. Amen. Let's pray over this Word before we do, you guys. Father, I thank you, Lord, for the Word this morning. I thank you, Lord, that it brings.
Okay. So that's, of course, it's not going to be a keep. Sorry, Cowboy Ministries, but yeah. Let's see how this one's doing over here. Okay, we have something. But sounded terrible. Okay. Okay. We have a head cleaner, an Allsop head cleaner, head capstan pinch roller. Looks like it's been well used, actually. I don't know if I'll be keeping that. I already have a couple of head cleaners. Next up, we have, this is an interesting looking cassette. It's a Sony Hi-Fi, it's Type 1 though. It has Willie P. Richardson on it. Whoever he may be, or whoever he was, Willie P. Richardson. Let's start Willie playing. Yeah, let's have a listen to him.
This is Willie P. Richardson, and I want to thank you for buying my very first recording. I also want to thank all the peoples I fooled with my crazy phone calls. They was nice enough to let me use their voices on this recording. Of course, there were some peoples I fooled who can't take a joke and didn't want me to use their voices. That's probably because they sounded so stupid when I was fooling them. Some people might also think that this recording is what they nowadays call politically incorrect. Well, if that's your problem, you don't need to listen to no more. Just turn your machine off and keep that old frown on your ugly face. I hope all the rest of y'all think it's funny as everybody else who heard it do. If you got any ideas for some more funny phone pranks, Bobby, I sure appreciate
I like the sound of
you
this.
call my
I like this
number.
guy.
Their phone numbers on the package on this recording. I sure do thank you. Again, this is Willie P. Richardson. Enjoy my record.
Prank phone calls. This is going to be good. I want to listen to one of them. Let's see. Sophie, you want to listen to one of them too, right?
Nurse Paula.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Is your name Paula?
Yes, it is.
Yes, ma'am. This is Willie Richardson out here on 3rd Street. And my little daughter was up there a few weeks ago and had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And It's been about 3 weeks ago, and I believe they said you might have helped take care of or something or other up there. And what I was wondering about was, I'm sitting out here this afternoon. My daughter ain't here. I wouldn't be calling if she was around here, you understand? We colored people, you know, we black people. And this baby here we got looks like a Mexican. And what I'm thinking has happened up there is somebody, you know, I didn't say that bad at the time, but I believe somebody done switched these babies around. And we got the wrong one out here, and what I was wondering could I do is come back up there this evening and bring this baby, and you call whoever have our baby and bring it back down there so we can get to ride.
Okay. That actually, this might warrant some further listening. This reminds me of I don't know if any of you guys will have heard of him, but there's Phil Hendry. He had, I think he still has, a radio show where he does the voices of all of the characters, all of the guests that supposedly call in. It's just him doing the voices, and the show's not as good as it used to be honest, but it used to be fantastic. In its first incarnation, which lasted up until 2006, he was on like KFI at one time, and his show was nationally syndicated. And people believed, it was so convincing that people believed it and would phone in, like outraged, you know. It would always be something controversial. And that's kind of what this guy reminds me of. So I might have to give that a further listen. So Sophie's needing a little attention. So I'm going to be right back again. Hang on a second. Hey guys, back again. All right, I think we're going to pass on the next one. That is Lawrence Welk's Christmas. As terrific as I'm sure it is. Let's see what else we've got here. Another nice TDKD 60. Church in the Wildwood. Again, I think we're going to pass on listening to this one. You know, this video is already starting to run a little long. And I think we got the general idea that there's quite a few religious tapes in here. This is on a beautiful TDK 8090. These are great tapes from the mid-80s. Giving Back the Gift, Sandy J. Crawford. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's probably religious too. Giving Back the Gift, I would think so. But I'm pleased about the tape. I'll be keeping that. Here we go. This one has some music on it. Now, this is, I've never seen these before. This is a TDK capsule tape. And it's actually metal. It's a Type 4 tape. I don't own any Type 4 tapes, but it says metal on it. That might indeed be what it is. Both of my cassette decks can play metal tapes, so this should be interesting. I'm going to have to give this a quick little listen, I think. So, apparently this is Joe Jackson and Danny Wilson. The Danny Wilson, I believe it's the one, if it's the one I think it is the one that sang Mary's Prayer. That was in the movie There's Something About Mary. They also did The Second Summer of Love, but that wasn't a very big hit. And Joe Jackson, of course, you know, we all know Joe Jackson. So let's have a quick listen to this. And we'll be able to tell if it's metal because, let's see. Yep, it is metal. This tape has automatic sensing on it, and you can tell, like the max playback and record levels will change depending on what type of tape it is. So. Okay. Plus, of course, yeah, it is metal. It has the holes in the middle here. That's cool. So then let's listen to Danny Wilson here. If it's the same people. Yeah, that is. I think it's the same guy's voice. That's really neat to get it. I don't think I knew there was a metal tape in this slot. Like I said, it's been a couple of months almost, and I haven't looked through these at all. So, okay. Next up, we have a Sony tape. A lot of these are like this. Like I'm having to. So if you keep seeing me doing this, because I keep finding the tapes like this. This is a Sony. This must be a Type 1. Yeah, Type 1 HF60. No labels on it, so it could be anything. Let's just get this wound, because I really do not want this to... Well, I really shouldn't do this, but let's see. Hopefully it'll be alright. Yes. There we go. Well, let's wind it forward. That should fix it. Okay, let's see what's on it. Apparently nothing. Okay, well. So this one might well be blank. Let's check the other side real quick. Yeah. Okay. What's this one? Well, if it's on a Maxell UR60, these are pretty decent tapes actually. This is it's religious again. It's got, because I can see it says like the Lord and I, sweet and precious Savior, so it's a religious tape. So I won't put that on. Next up, this is another TDKD 60. At one time, this apparently had sounds of Sinatra on it, but that's been crossed out. So, and again, we've got some of the tape that's unspooled a little bit in here. I wonder if it still has it on it. Let's find out.
We stood and talked like this.
Well, I'm not real big on my Frank Sinatra, but I would guess that that's him. So, okay. Next up, we have When They Ring Those Golden Bells by Al Jones. I wonder if that's Ala Jones, the Welsh singer. I don't know. It sounds like a Christmas tape. So we're going to move on again. Next up, we have this. This is a Radio Shack tape. If I can get it out of the case, it's a little bit. There we go. This is a Radio Shack LN60. Normal bias. At one time it had Yanni on it. Yanni, love songs. Yanni. That rings a bell. Yanni. I'm sure I've heard Yanni. Let's see. You know, that's actually pretty listenable. I might give that some further listening. It sounded pretty pleasant. What else do we have in here? Oh, see, these are the ones I like. These real mysteries where you don't know what you get going into it. This is a Scotch Highlander 60 tape. Look at the color of that fluorescent sort of Cheyenne color. Doesn't say if it's type 1 or type 2, but it must be type 1. I mean, the notches tell me that it is, and yeah, come on, look at it. Apparently this is Mike's tape, or was Mike's tape. This, I can just about make out something on the back of here. It says Mike something, 5/82. So whatever this was recorded in May 1982, and I think that's pretty amazing. It's 35 years ago that at some point somebody recorded something on this, and here it is. Here I have it. So let's have a listen, see what this is. I mean, it could be religious again, you know, with the date on it, but... Oh.
Okay, we'll try it one more time.
What is this?
It up here.
You've got to turn the mic on.
But this is a song that brings back a lot of memories.
No, well, it might be religious, but it sounds like it's a guy who's going to be playing instruments, or he's going to be performing.
Old Cat Stevens song, It's Morning is Broken.
Oh, he's going to be playing Cat Stevens' Morning is Broken, okay.
Yeah, just learning.
You know, it's sort of funny, these sorts of tapes, because the audio quality is absolutely diabolical. And so you can't make any kind of comparison, you know. I mean, I'm going to guess it wasn't quite up to the standard of Cat Stevens, but like I said, how can you compare when the audio quality is so bad? Oh yeah, this case is absolutely fascinating. Look at it. I think you pull this out. Maybe. Or do you slide it out? Well, no, it's got a hinge on it here, so it must... There we go. Look at that. That's cool. It's not the easiest thing to open, but this is... Well, I think this is the Beatles, yeah. There was a typo or a misspelling here. Somebody wrote the Beats, so they missed out the L, but yes, this is the Beatles, 1962 to 66. See, this is great. Look, check this out. Look. So this is on a Memorex tape, MRX2 oxide, or it's just this Type 1 tape. The Beatles, 1962 to 66, sides 3 to 4. But then it says taped May 3rd, 1976 in, it's either a V or an N, either Enon or Evon, Ohio. I think that's what that says. And on the back, for some reason, they got this flip. For some reason, for some reason, side 1 of the cassette has sides 3 to 4 of the album, and side 2 of the cassette has sides 1 to 2 of the album. But anyway, yeah, tape May 3rd, 1976, and again, it's hard to make that out. Enon or Eno, Ohio or something. But this is great. You know, you got like a little backstory to this tape, and you know that. And again, this is 41 years old. This tape. Let's see how it's held up. I'm gonna guess not too great, but let's see.
Everywhere people stand, each and every day, I can see them laugh at me, and
it sounds fast to me. It sounds like maybe either the cassette deck that this was recorded on or this was probably recorded on vinyl, or the record player this was recorded on was running just a little bit fast, like 5% or something. Lennon's vocal sounded just a little quick to me, but anyway, yeah, isn't that awesome? I don't know, I like that. So this okay, this is a little hidden thing. You think it's going to be an HF90, what's this, Sony, I guess, HF. Yeah, Sony. You think it's going to be an HF90 tape, but this was actually tucked away inside it. America's 25 favorite praise and worship choruses. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's great and everything, but I think we'll be not keeping that one. I might keep this though. I might keep it. Okay, we have a JVC tape, and again we have a mystery. So this is what I like. This is a JVC GI60 tape, no label on it, Type 1 cassette. Could be absolutely anything, so let's find out.
to beware. I think it's time we stop. Children, watch that sound. Everybody look what's going down.
Hey, Buffalo Springfield. So yeah, that's good. That's cool. What's on the other side? Actually sounds really good. I'm very pleasantly surprised with that. Cool. That'll probably be a keep. So this is a Sony HF60. It says, I think it says Houston Oilers song. Now, I'm not real big on my American sports. I have to admit, it's a little bit embarrassing. It's not that embarrassing. I grew up in England, so what are you going to do? Houston Oilers, I'm pretty sure, are they a football team? Something like that. I'm pretty sure they're a sports. I think I've heard it. Anyway, let's see what this is. I have absolutely no idea. Oh boy, we've got some terrible tape hiss on this.
We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen.
This is great.
We're in the air, we're on the ground, always in control. And when you say the Oilers, you're talking Super Bowl, 'cause we're the Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers #1. Yes, we're the Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers #1.
Hey, that's that's really cool. So this is a keep. So I've been keeping this because I'm gonna look on YouTube to see. Maybe this doesn't exist anywhere. Maybe, maybe this is from 20 years ago, and I don't know. The audio quality really wasn't very good, but yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And I guess I'm gonna put it in this case. Well, this is for an HF90, not an HF60, but whatever. Okay. So apparently they are a football team. So I got that right. So this is a Memorex. MRX I60. Nothing on the label, but there is a little note in here that is basically unreadable. I'm sure who's ever handwriting this could read it, but it looks like it says something special. I don't even know. So we're gonna have to check this out, obviously. Looks like it's wound all the way through to the start of side B. That's an interesting tape lead-in right there. It's like completely white. I don't know if I've seen that before. Let's have a listen. Could be nothing. Huh. Let's wind it forward just a tiny bit. No? I mean, I'll flip it over and see if there's anything on the other side, I guess. It's Elvis. Okay. Alright. I mean, I'll be keeping it because I'm not going to listen to it, but I like the tape, So another mystery tape, TDKD60. This is a newer one. This must be from maybe in the late 90s. This tape. Don't know what's on it. Let's find out.
And there shall be relief.
I think that's religious music. Let's check out side 2. I think it's religious music. All right. Next up, okay. See, again, I love these TDK tapes from like the early 80s. This is a D90. These were great tapes, especially for Type 1s. And again, we've got a lot of the tape on spool here. But this is apparently Merle Haggard. I don't have any Merle Haggard whatsoever. Let's see, this is going to need a little bit of winding, I think. To get it respooled properly. There we go. Yeah. It's not wanting to cooperate.
White Lightning Express. I take my moonshine baby along, and she's getting pretty good at all of my tricks with the 10 penny.
Okay. See. Yeah, should have known better. You gotta make sure it's properly spooled, otherwise problems can happen like that. Rookie mistake on my part. I even knew I shouldn't be doing it, but it was taking so long to wind the damn thing. I thought I would cheat it. Anyway, okay, Merle Haggard. Cool. Next up we have, well, I don't know what this originally was, but it now apparently has bagpipe music on it. This originally, you know what did this originally have? I want to know what was on here. Well, some sort of Prince of Peace Publishing. So I think it was probably religious. And now somebody has recorded over it. They put tape over the heads here. So let's or over the, not the heads, over the record tabs. Yeah. So that one's going to be a throwaway. Okay, this is an older TDKD60. This is from the mid to late 80s. Clint Black. Okay, I'm not gonna play it. This is a Sanyo cassette. Kind of cool. Hey, it's Mike again. We've seen Mike's name a few times. This is interesting though. This is a C12 cassette. This is just 12 minutes. I think literally the whole tape. So it's presumably 6 minutes each side. That's crazy. Sounds like a personal recording. Yeah. I don't know. I like the tape. It's cool. All right. This is a bass tape. Don't know what's on it. Let's find out. Sounds familiar. I can't place it though. Huh. Okay. Some sort of dancey type music, I guess. All right. Next up. Oh, this is Bill Zant or something. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, hang on. Let's not make the rookie mistake again. Let's give it a little whine.
When my time comes to, I want to lay my head on Jesus' breast.
Yeah. Not really my cup of tea. Alright, now this is cool. Check this out. Thriller Chiller sound effects. This is like a Halloween sound effects tape. It's probably got like creaking doors and like chains rattling and stuff. That's cool. Kind of creepy, but that's cool. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that. Next up is another TDK D90. Onyx Live and Elements. Sounds interesting. I'm going to check that out another time. Because I've still got a few to get through. This video's getting long. Charlie Pride Christmas. Not interested in that, but I do like the fact that it's one of the TDKs from the early 80s. TDK SA90. Now this sounds somewhat intriguing. Okay. Into the 90s with Holmes. A Super Dave custom mix. Awesome. And here we go. We've got Jane's Addiction on here. Sugar Cubes. The Cure. Living Color. Oh, Cult Personality, yeah. Godfathers, I don't know that. Devo. RHCP. What does that stand for? Somebody will tell me. Faster Pussycat. I don't know this song, but I do know... What's the song? House of Pain. I do know that song. Oh, Kingdom Come, What Love Can Be. That's an awesome track. GNR, Guns N' Roses. Used to love. Okay, we have Iggy Pop. There's a few of these I don't know. The Cult. Okay. So yeah, this is cool, and this is a nice Chrome Type 2 cassette. Let's have a listen here. Recorded off of vinyl. That's neat. You can hear the crackles. Well. If there's anything actually on it. Huh. That's weird. Let's flip it over. Well, it says it's from this. Oh, but that says chicken noodle mix on it. So I don't know. I'll have to listen to that some more. We got another one of these cool tapes. And again, it says the date that the person recorded it on. That's really just you know, it's a piece of crap tape, but Memorex, in my opinion, never made very good tapes. But Living Voices, Great Love Songs, side 1 to 2. And this is Shaved Fish, John Lennon, okay. 18th and 19th of June, 1976. Okay, now Enon, O, that's Enon, Ohio. So now I know it's Enon, okay. I don't know what this Living Voices is, but let's see. The audio quality is not very good, but again, I just like the fact that you get a little slice of history from somebody's life. You know, it tells you when they recorded it. I just think there's something really cool about that. And it looks like the hinge is kind of broken on this tape, so we're gonna have to, there we go, snap it back in. Okay, next up we have a Maxell. Okay, it is a chrome tape. Apparently it has Mozart on it. Okay, so skip past that. An unknown JVC tape of unknown origins, except this one really has unspoored. Jeez, this is going to be a bit of an effort. Let's listen to something else while I unspool that. That one needs unspooling too. Jeez, that's the problem, you know. Tapes they get like that. This is a Sertron tape. Has Merle Haggard on it apparently. You know. It wasn't always the case, but usually when you see brands or like tapes like this from like the 80s, they almost always sound like garbage. The audio quality, they just use poor tape. Not always. Sometimes they bought the tape from you know, BASF or Agfa or one of these companies. But okay, this is, oh, see, look, check this out. Oh, it's Mr. Schuler again. So, okay. For a split second, I thought this is Mother's Day, 1995 on it. And I thought, oh, it's got somebody's personal recording. But on the back here, it says B. Schuler, May 14th. So this is going to be that Reverend again. So I'm not going to listen to that. This apparently has traditional country on it, but I love the tape. That's awesome. This TDK Type 2 tape. I guess we'll put it on real quick. It gives me a chance to try to deal with this mess inside the tape.
Well, the crop's all in and the work's all done. Gonna clean up the barn and have a lot of fun. Throw salt on the floor, sweep it all around. Do the boogie to the salty sound. Hey!
Hey. Cool. All right, let's see what's on the JVC to start with. I don't immediately recognize that. Somebody probably will. But let's see what's on the TDK. It's more like country stuff. All right, we're getting close now. With only a few left. So this is on Randix C90 tape. So I'm sure it's top-notch quality. This is Mike and Family Christmas. So this might be a very personal thing. Now, it could again be some sort of sermon or something. I don't know. But, you know, I think, geez, somebody threw this out. Let's listen to it. A Silent Night. The vocals weren't up to much, to be honest, but no offense, Mike. Okay, another one of these beautiful SA60 Type 2s, these TDKs. No label at all on this one. It's wound all the way to the start of side B. So let's check it out. Oh, Mike, what a waste of an SA60, Mike. No. All right. Oh boy, look at that one. No, that one needs a little. This one needs a little reeling in, like catching a fish. There we go. Okay, no label. TDK D60.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, welcome to the Christmas program 2003 here on 1530 KCMN in wonderful Colorado Springs. This is Europe Today, a special
Okay. Europe Today, that's interesting. He had a very European accent, the guy. Couldn't immediately place it. German or Austrian maybe. And yeah, Colorado Springs, 2003 apparently. So there you go. A little bit of history. This is on something called Tracks. And it's an interesting length as well. It's a 40-minute tape, so there's 20 minutes on each side. This is, oh God, Mantovani. Oh, jeez, no. This just says Christmas on it. I am assuming, again, that it's like actual organ playing or something. Okay, it's not, but still. Alright, we're getting real close, guys, just a few left. This is another track 60, this is a purple one. So I guess the other one was a different color, but I guess it's dated 1982. I can't read what it says is on here. Matthew something rewind or revisited or something. It's making me think it probably is religious, but let's give it a quick listen. Yeah, it's like piano playing in a church. This just says Debbie on it. This Memorex tape. All right, Debbie. Let's see what you're all about. This could tell us everything about you. Oh, Debbie. Debbie. No. Okay, 3 more to go. Another beautiful SA60 TDK. Don't know what's on it. There's no label. Might be absolutely nothing on it by the sounds of it. This just says recorded songs on it. Don't know. And this one, this is from, something Crystal Cathedral from 1994, this Fuji tape. Yeah, this one sounds like it might be blank, yeah, this CDK. Not really my thing. Okay, the very last one. Let's see what this is. Recorded songs could mean absolutely anything. Probably nothing good, but let's see.
At the end
honestly, it was better than I expected. Well, that's it. We're all done. So that's the Moundo tapes I got here by my Leica, and this is just a little bit of fun. I'm sorry the video ended up dragging on for like an hour. There were more tapes in here than I realized to get through, but anyway, thanks as always for watching, guys. Tapes. What are you gonna do? Till next time. Bye bye.